Think about the power of that. I watch.
I report.
I keep us safe.
To report or learn more?
My name is Carlos, and I watch.
Year, in a few months, mamimili na po tayo ng mga mamumuno sa atin sa iba't ibang estado. Kasama na po dyan ang California, of course. And that is why in the coming days and in the few days, of course, we're going to expect a lineup of different elected officials, also candidates, talking to us Filipinos. Kailangan po natin silang pakinggan. They are taking the time to talk to us, kababayans. Kaya naman po kailangan tayo makinig din sa kanila. Ano po ba ang kanilang mga plataforma? Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Janelle So at kayo po ay nanonood ng Kababayan LA, kung saan kamakailan po ay binisita tayo ng mayor ng San Francisco na si Gavin Newsom, and he talks about, last time he was talking about running as governor for California, and this time I think he has changed his mind. Let's watch this. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us again on Kababayan LA.
Good to be back.
I still remember the last time you were here, you were talking to us, you were running as governor for California. And now there's a slight change. Lieutenant Governor, what brought about the change in your decision?
A beautiful daughter. I had my first baby.
Congratulations.
Thank you, but I thought I can do it all. And little did I know. See, parenthood's new to me. I thought I could have a baby, run a successful gubernatorial campaign, raise $100 million in the process, be a great husband, and manage my city in an effective manner during a very difficult time. And I realized I couldn't do it all. And that was difficult for me because my entire life, I started as a small business person out of college, created over 1,000 jobs, ran for office, and I, was always able to apply myself and actually accomplish the goals. And it was a very difficult decision to walk away, but the passion, the fire in the belly, the desire to contribute is still there, and folks came to me and encouraged me into this race, which is a very different race. My daughter's much older now, and trust me, the difference between 6 weeks and 6 months. Major difference.
How old is your daughter now?
She's now over 10 months.
So you're saying that this decision is more like a compromise, like you don't want to really give up your passion to serve and help people, but then at the same time you value your family and you want to be there for your daughter.
Yeah, it was a choice. I mean, there was, to raise the kind of money you need to raise statewide in California, it's obscene. It really is. That's why someone like Meg Whitman comes along, because she can write her own checks. So she has a different expectation in terms of her capacity, because it's much easier for her to compete at this level. It's harder for others, and what's unfortunate, what's happened in politics in California, is you really price people out. You have a lot of talent out there, a lot of people that should be running for higher office that can't afford to simply run for office.
You're quite accomplished, though. You've done so well running the city of San Francisco. See, the thing is, you're the driver of that city, but then you're used to being the boss. You're being the driver, and now you are, like, if you, Lieutenant Governor, you're a passenger. You're not the driver.
And this goes to your previous question. I don't think it's a step down in this context. Look, I'm not naive. Being governor of the 8th largest economy in the world, $1.7 trillion economic output, 38 million people.
Who's also in deep trouble right now, by the way.
That needs new leadership and invigorated leadership and entrepreneurial flair and innovative flair. I agree. But Lieutenant Governor, you still can add an enormous amount of value. Here's specifically how. You're on the UC Board of Regents, the California State University Board of Trustees. You're chair of the, every other year, chair of the Lands Commission, State Lands Commission, which is incredibly, if you're concerned about offshore oil drilling, you're concerned about the environmental footprint in this state, that's a critically important role. Head of the Economic Development Commission in the state of California, that's often overlooked. Emergency planning responsibilities, Ocean Protection Council, California Coastal Commission, those are the formal roles. The informal role is the bully pulpit and how you use that. and taking the entrepreneurial skills and say, look, I'm going to organize around 2 or 3 areas where I'm not seeing a lot of focus from the governor or the legislature, and I'm going to drive these through, engage the public, focus on building the capacity with 58 counties, 476 cities, and say, here are 2 or 3 big ideas that we're going to follow through on. And that's what I look forward to doing. And by the way, my secret weapon is technically the former lieutenant governor, Mona Pascual, who's my senior advisor on my campaign. She was the interim lieutenant governor, and now she's advising me.
And Mona is a kababayan. Kababayan is Tagalog for a countryman. So Mona is a Filipino. We're very proud of her.
Yeah.
And now that she's on your team, what do you think will she bring about to your team?
Well, she's given me more optimism about what the job can actually provide in terms of value to the people of California. She's given me insight on that. She's given me perspective on policy, and she's also offered an important and perhaps the most invaluable perspective, and that is in the past where lieutenant governors have fallen short, and how she, from her experience and her history, sees that we can fill those gaps and use the office in a way to make a bigger difference in people's lives. So she obviously, look, I'm not suggesting it's the same role as governor, but she doesn't see it as a big step down or a compromise as much as an opportunity to elevate the office in people's consciousness. And the way you do that is you elevate people's expectations of themselves, because real power comes from people, and real power is the expectation that people place in their own capacity to make a difference in their lives.
And that's what we were talking about when she was here not too long ago on the show. We talked about the Filipinos and how we can still rally our kababayans, you know, trying to get them to push them into more policy making or more politics here in the landscape of America.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you know a lot more now about the Filipinos because of her.
Are you kidding?
What do you know about us?
But well, I know a lot. Are you kidding? I come from the San Francisco Bay Area, a huge Filipino population. I have some of my key advisors, my educational liaison is Hydra Mendoza, one of the smartest, most impressive people I know, and she has raised the bar in education. We are the top performing urban school district in California, universal preschool, universal after school. We're doing something remarkable because of Hydra's leadership. We're providing baby bonds, so every child that comes into kindergarten is going to be given a trust fund. It's going to be given a savings account. First city in America to do this, so that they can put aside savings so they can afford to go into college. And we're going to be the first city ever to do this because of Hydra's leadership. But here's
Hindi lang po si Mona Pascual ang connection ni San Francisco Mayor Gavin Newsom sa ating mga kababayan. When we return on the show, he talks about a deeper connection to us Filipinos. You wouldn't want to miss that. Stay with us.